By the end of this video, you will learn how you can self-host n8n on your local machine and run your first AI agent within minutes. So if you're a complete beginner or a business owner who don't have any idea how to install n8n in the local machine that you're running, maybe a laptop, maybe your PC, so this is the right video for you. I'm also a complete beginner. I had no knowledge besides some basic coding knowledge about how to do all that stuff in n8n, but I'm pretty fascinated about this n8n stuff that is going on through in the internet right now. So let's get back to our screen. So you will need some prerequisite to install this n8n. You can just go on to the Docker. We are going to install it through Docker. So we're just going to come on to our Docker website, and here we can see the download Docker desktop. There are different options for the operating systems. These are Windows, Mac OS, and the Linux. I've already downloaded desktop. You can go ahead and install that, and we're going to see in the Docker app right now. So once we have installed Docker, we are on the Docker right now, and you can see that we are here on our Docker. It is up and running and it's very fine. Now you can see we have the containers and the images. I'll come on to that part later, but let us keep it simple right now. So the thing we need to do right now is just to go on our command prompt and run it as an administrator. We're running the command prompt as an administrator so that we can make changes on our PC. So I'm gonna quickly, just to keep things organized, make a default folder and gonna install all those Docker files and all that stuff like images into that folder. So once we have the administrator command prompt running, we just need to go onto the GitHub website. I'm just gonna go and search for n8n starter kit GitHub. So you can see here. And the worst part is you only need to just paste one single command and you will be already up and running with like the basic Olama, Postgres, and Quadrant. It's gonna pull up the 4 images. I'm gonna explain them in very simple terms, but let's just keep this simple right now. So we need to copy this command here. It has a bunch of different options, like for example, if you have AMD GPU on Linux or something like that, or if you have like NVIDIA GPU, you can just go ahead and take a look what is the better command for you. So I don't have a GPU on my laptop, so I'm just gonna go and click on this one. You can see that it is here written that Docker Compose Profile CPU. Okay, so let's get back to this n8n, come back to our command prompt, and you can see we're just going to clone this. It's going to clone all these files. Now it's going to download all the files that we require to run our first AI agent, and it's going to set up all those things by itself. We don't need to do anything by our side. It's going to be taking a couple of minutes, so let me get back to you. You can see that it is downloading. In the meantime, I'm going to explain you what Docker does. Docker is downloading these software. These are pretty much open source software that we can download for free. We don't need to pay pay a single cent for that. It's going to download all these files. Then it's going to transfer these files into a simple container and going to lock it down into a pretty much locked environment in which it does not interfere with the other system or other system files of our computer or maybe the PC. If like anything goes down or anything happens, we can just click on the button and delete all those containers, and the rest of our system will stay safe. And we have a volume. What is a volume? It's nothing, just a memory. You can see when this will run, we'll create something like your data, like the credential. We need to store these credentials so that way we can access them later. So this is a memory. You can it is called volume in Docker. So this container is turned off and on every time you need to turn it on or off, but the data that you have created is stored into your volume. Now the real problem is I have set up the n8n, but how we can access the n8n through a public domain? So we're going to come on to that part. First, let us check if the Docker container has finished installing. So it is still installing and it's going to take some time. So I'm going to check back in some minutes and get back to you. So it is finished, and now it says that the editor is accessible through localhost 5678. And now let's jump back to our Docker and see what's going on there. And when I come here, it was supposed to be like different containers, but I don't know why it's not showing. Maybe some error on this Docker side. But to confirm if all our containers are running, we're just going to go into the self-hosted, this one, click on here. You can also see the Olama is also downloading the latest version of their LLM here. We're just going to go in and click on this one, localhost 5678. So we are here on a localhost 5678. We just need to enter our email. I'm just going to enter my email, my first name, my last name, and some password. So just going to go ahead and create an account. So we are here into our n8n. Now let me just go ahead and pull it up. To test out the first AI agent, we already have the demo workflow. We're just gonna click onto it and see if that works, okay? So here we have our first workflow that we have on this one. This is a chat trigger, this is Olama chat model. So now this is our first basic AI agent that I'm gonna teach you how you can run it. So you can just click on this one. I'm gonna send a sample message, hi, how are you? And it's gonna reply us. So we can see that it is running in the background. I'm running on the CPU version, so it is a little slower. I'm just gonna wait it to reply and see how it replies. We are back with the reply, and you can see I'm just a language model, so I don't have emotions or feelings, so it's just a bunch of gibberish. But we're not done yet. We need to connect this local machine to our public URL so that we can access it, not by localhost, by just some xyzdomain.com. So in order to do that, we need some other service that is named Cloudflare. So I'm going to explain you how Cloudflare works. Now we have successfully run our first AI agent and self-hosted our n8n onto our local machine, and we need to access it through our public domain. So here's what Cloudflare comes in. For example, if we want to access this container, but this is locked right now, we need to make some exchange of tokens or something. It's pretty damn techy, so don't need to go into much of the details. I'm gonna make it simple for you. So Cloudflare is nothing, just like middlemen who just need to verify your request if you're an authentic user or not an authentic user. Based on that, it's gonna go to our local machine, just grab some data back and gonna come back to you and give you that data. It's just that simple. So we are onto our Cloudflare panel right now, and in order to connect our n8n, we need a public domain. Obviously, that's the obvious part. So you can either buy a domain, it's pretty cheap. You can buy it like $5 a month or something. And if you want a really cheap domain, you can go on the Google and search for TLD list and come here. So click on the TLD list URL. You're gonna be redirected. And now you can just search for CFD domains. It is cheapest registration. You can click on this .cfd. It is just 59 cents. In order to do that, we need to come onto our Cloudflare panel. We're just going to go to our Zero Trust. And then we just need to come onto our networks. We just need to click on connectors. Click on this one. We can see the connector is Cloudflare tunnels. It is maybe rename or something. We're just going to click on create a tunnel. And we're just going to click on select Cloudflare tunnel. And now I'm gonna name it like maybe n8n demo. Don't need to worry about it. You can name it anything, save tunnel. But we just need to come here on published application route. We need to add a published application route. It's just nothing, the ID to your port. We're just gonna click on this one, add a subdomain. I'm gonna click on n8n, search for the domain, that is the domain that we have added. And we're gonna come on and here select HTTP. We're going to select on localhost 5678 because that is where our n8n is running right now. We're just going to click on save. It's already saved because I have already done that process. So once you have done that, it will not be showing for you. So because I already did that, so it is giving me an error. So now we need to install this tunnel into our local machine so that way we can connect to our tunnel. So there are a bunch of different options like Windows, Mac OS and Debian. You can just go ahead and install as per your operating system. Then we need to come into our command prompt. I'm just going to go and run the command prompt as administrator. So you can see this. And now we just need to copy this. So you just need to click on this and click on enter. So it will be done. I'm not going to do that because I have already installed the tunnel into my system. You can see this n8n is already installed and you can see the status is healthy. If you have done everything according to the plan, it will be pretty healthy. So you don't need to do that. And now we just need to test if this tunnel is running. So I'm gonna go and search for n8n.ai.labs.online. You can see that our n8n is running. So this is a different browser. Don't need to worry about it, why the system UI changed. I'm just gonna go and enter my credentials. You can see. And now we are back into our demo workflow. You can see this here. And we just need to do one more thing in order to get our n8n production ready. So now the one problem is if we add a webhook here, you can see that the production URL and the test URL is still pointing at the localhost 5678. So if we are trying to send the data to our local host onto n8n, like if you're using WhatsApp or if you're using Google Sheet, that needs to send the data to a local host machine. So it's gonna work, it's not gonna work, and it's gonna break in the middle. In order to fix that, we just need to come onto our Docker. We just need to go onto our self-host n8n. And I'm just going to click on view configuration. This is the file that we are using as docker compose.yml. So this is the directory that our file has been stored in. You can see this, open in ID. I'm going to click on this one. So we are into our Docker Compose file and we need to add two things here. The first one is webhook URL. So I'm going to type in all caps. So you can see this. And now I'm going to go back to my browser, copy this URL and paste it here. And it is important to keep this slash here. And then we need to add a protocol. So protocol protocol, which will be HTTPS. This needs to be in small. And we're gonna hit save. And we just need to restart our container to get these changes back. So we're gonna go and restart our container. Come back here, turn it off. You can see in the background that the connection has been lost. And now we're gonna spin it back up. So all these changes will be applied automatically and we will be pretty good to go. And we need to refresh this UI. We're gonna reload this. And to verify these changes, if they have been applied, we're just going to add a webhook URL again. So we have successfully made our n8n production ready and we can access it from the public URL and we can send and receive data from different applications without any hassle.